Page 6. A. General questions. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or in any other way? Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Have you ever voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Since becoming a lawful permanent resident, have you ever failed to file a required federal, state, or local tax return? Do you owe any federal, state, or local taxes that are overdue? Do you have any title of nobility in any foreign country? Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution within the last 5 years? Page 7. Number 8. Have you ever been a member or associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, or similar group in the United States or in any other place? If you answered yes, list the name of each group below. If you need more space, attach the names of other groups on a separate sheet of paper. Number 9. Have you ever been a member of or in any way associated either directly or indirectly with the Communist Party, any other totalitarian party, a terrorist organization? Number 10. Have you ever advocated, either directly or indirectly, the overthrow of any government by force or violence? Have you ever persecuted, either directly or indirectly, any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Number 12. Between March 23, 1933 and May 8, 1945, did you work for or associate in any other way, either directly or indirectly, with A. the Nazi government of Germany, B. any government in any area occupied by, 2. allied with, 3. established with the help of the Nazi government of Germany, C. any German, Nazi, or SS military unit, paramilitary unit, self-defense unit, a vigilante unit, citizen unit, police unit, government agency or office, extermination camp, concentration camp, prisoner of war camp, prison, labor camp, or transit camp. C. Continuous residence. Since becoming a lawful permanent resident of the United States. Number 13. Have you ever called yourself a non-resident on a federal, state, or local tax return? 14. Have you ever failed to file a federal, state, or local tax return because you considered yourself to be non-resident? Page 8. D. Good moral character. Number 15. Have you ever committed a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer, including USCIS or former INS and military officers for any reason? 17. Have you ever been charged with committing any crime or offense? 18. Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? 19. Have you ever been placed in an alternative sentencing or rehabilitative program, for example, diversion, deferred prosecution, withheld adjudication, deferred adjudication? Have you ever received a suspended sentence, been placed on probation, or been paroled? I skipped, that was 20. Number 21. Have you ever been in jail or prison? If yes, to questions 15 through 21, complete the following table. 22. Have you ever, A, been a habitual drunkard, B, been a prostitute, or procured anyone for prostitution, C, sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics, D, been married to more than one person at the same time, E, helped anyone enter or try to enter the United States illegally, F, gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling, G, failed to support your dependents or pay alimony. 23. Have you ever given false or misleading information to any U.S. government official while applying for any immigration benefit or to prevent deportation, exclusion, or removal? 24. Have you ever lied to any U.S. government official to gain entry or admission into the United States? Page 9. E. Removal, exclusion, and deportation proceedings. 25. Are removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings pending against you? Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? 27. I skipped, that was 26 before. 27. Have you ever been ordered to be removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? 28. Have you ever applied for any kind of relief from removal, exclusion, or deportation? F. Military service. 29. Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? 30. Have you ever left the United States to avoid being drafted into the U.S. Armed Forces? 31. Have you ever applied for any kind of exemption from military service in the U.S. Armed Forces? 32. Have you ever deserted from the U.S. Armed Forces? G. Selective service registration. 33. Are you a male? They're not going to ask you that. H. Oath requirements. These are important. 34. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? 35. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? 36. Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? 37. If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? 38. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? 39. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? Page 10, Part 14. Well, I'm going to read Part 13, the signature. I'm going to read Part 11. I certify under penalty or perjury under the laws of the United States of America that this application and the evidence submitted with it are all true and correct. I authorize the release of any information that the U.S. CIS needs to determine my eligibility for naturalization. Part 12. I declare under penalty of perjury that I prepared this application at the request of the above person. The answers provided are based on information of which I have personal knowledge and or were provided to me by the above named person in response to the exact questions contained on this form. Part 13. Signature at interview. I swear, affirm, and certify under penalty of perjury under the laws of the United States of America that I know that the contents of this application for naturalization subscribed by me, including corrections numbered 1 through whatever, and the evidence submitted by me, numbered pages 1 through, are true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. Subscribed to and sworn to, affirmed before me, this officer, blah, blah, blah. Part 14. If your application is approved, you will be scheduled for a public oath ceremony at which you will be required to take the following oath of allegiance immediately prior to becoming a naturalized citizen. By signing, you acknowledge your willingness and ability to take this oath. The oath is as follows. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God. You have some other things, I'll read them too. I will support U.S. Constitution and obey the law. I will fight for U.S. What does it mean? Have you ever gone through the oath of allegiance? Yes, I have.